Shalom Media. This is David Torres, your host, and you're on An Hour with Dave. Hello, everyone. Hello. And it's great to be here on a beautiful Thursday. We got a lot going on, a lot to talk about, and a lot of information to put out there because we've had one hot week. And regrettably, we had a horrible um, night last night. There was some shootings going on around. We're going to get back to it. That's going to be in the next segment. And I think that it's just a shame. But to start off with, I wanted to talk a little bit about that debate on the other day. Actually, you got to give it credit because I think that the last debate between the vice presidents was more, what's the proper words for it I can say? That debate had more substance to it. All right, let's say that. And we kind of got a lot more out of it. But let's talk about this. The vice president debate to me was better than the first Trump Biden event. It kind of exposed quite a few things, and it left us wanting more, I guess, if you want to say this. But you know what? I have a problem with the debates in general because they come up and they tell you, we're going to ask you questions, and you have 2 minutes. Now, these are people running for two of the highest seats in the country, vice president and president, right? And then they want you to explain yourself about a topic in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So if you want to ask somebody, oh, I don't know, how you going to deal with China? You know, we got crisis going on all over the place, but you're going to narrow it down to 2 minutes. And then if you got to pick information on somebody or one another and you dispute it on their voting records or their past or their colleges or et cetera, you have 2 minutes. And then the other person tries to clean it up and he or she will get a minute. You know, well, if the problems in the world and the problems in America can be summarized into 2 minutes, I don't think we would have that many problems, would you? I don't know. I mean, if you can summarize what's happening with education in 2 minutes, or the opiate crisis in 2 minutes, world trade, 2 minutes, Russia, 2 minutes. Why Congress and the Senate can't solve the issues? Think about that. Think about it. And then they expect you to come out with this world of knowledge that was just exposed to you about both parties in 2 minutes, which I find unfair anyway, because they put the Republican Party up, they put the Democratic Party up, and the Independent Party gets nothing. We're supposed to be free. We're supposed to have all the information. But the Independent Party in this country gets absolutely no attention. So, really, when you think about it, we're being controlled by two parties. And them two can't get their act together. And it's a shame. It's really, really a shame. But let me get down to what I was saying about the Independent Party has a lot to say. The Independent Party, to me, has a voice, and I don't think it's fair. I'm not an independent. I don't belong to an independent party, but I don't think it's outright fair that they don't have the same opportunity that everybody else does. And some of the independent parties have really been mistreated. I believe, let me see now, if I'm not mistaken, there's a gentleman. Matter of fact, I know this part for sure. One of them for sure. There's a few people that run it independent on this ticket for the presidency, right? But I know of one. Really, I know of one. His name is Orlando Acosta. This gentleman, half Spanish, half African, African American, black, whatever whatever you decide you wanna. He's an American with all the rights. Born here, grew up here, and guess what? He's an independent, and he's running for the third congressional district. Here's the kicker: the pandemic hit, blah 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 blah, and then he couldn't get out there. First of all, you can't get any help because you can't do anything in the primary. You gotta wait till the primary's over, and the king and queen, Democrat and Republicans, get their divisions and their votes and everything. And here comes the Independent Party and has to sit back and wait. And then so if an independent, for example, needs, I mean, a Republican or Democrat needs 1,500, 1,200 signatures to be on the ballot, and they fight it out, and they got 3 or 4 candidates, and who wins and who gets their shot at it. And then the Independent Party, depending on what the votes that came in prior to this new election, depends on the number of signatures they get. But I believe this gentleman Acosta had to put up, I don't know, somewhere in a ridiculous area, 5,000 something signatures. Talk about a monopoly. Then the pandemic hit, the way I understand the story, and I'm going to see if I can have him call in. But then the Independent Party comes in, and they got to get all these signatures. And then on top of it, and I'm not promoting him, okay? I'm not an independent. I'm giving you information from me to you about something that I find is unfair. My opinion is my opinion and not the opinion of Usula Media. So don't get it twisted. It's David Torres' opinion. So don't get all excited and don't think you're going to come after Usula, because that's not what's happening. I speak my piece, and it's my opinion, not theirs, okay? So I don't know. I gotta get all these young bucks that are behind the screen here and tell them, can you put up once in a while, the opinions of this person is their opinion and not necessarily the opinion of, where I'm going with it. But anyway, this gentleman had to get 5,000 something signatures, and then on top of it, a pandemic hit. So obviously he couldn't do that. Right? He couldn't stand on the corner and get signatures. Yeah, I need your signature for run. That didn't happen. Couldn't go to no supermarkets. Couldn't go anywhere. Pandemic hit. The governor closes stuff down. That super clown we got for a governor. He closes stuff down. The mayor, I don't know, it's probably dancing in a closet somewhere. He ain't worried about it. But the independents got nothing out of the deal. They couldn't get on the ballot. I think that's totally unfair. So the guy applies through court, and Well, the court system's kind of screwed up too. So, bottom line is the ballots are going out, voting has been cast, and I don't believe there's not one independent candidate anywhere for whatever position um, on any of the ballots, and I think that sucks and it's unfair. But that's the way the ball bounces, I guess. I hope they can resolve it. I hope they can make it up for these guys somehow. Cause in this country, everybody should have their opinion. Nobody has the right to to stunt somebody's opinion, and I think that that's what happened with the independent groups this year. Anyway, getting back to where we're at with politics. Uh, if you notice on the debate, they were asking specific questions, right? But 2 minutes doesn't give us time to answer because you really don't get much out of it. And then if somebody has to rebuttal what somebody said, the other person said, it takes up their minute or 2 minutes. And then there's another rebuttal, and usually they say, okay, we're going to give you 15 seconds to rebuttal the rebuttal. That's just not happening. You're not getting nothing out of it. What we did get was kind of in the real quick segments, and I figured out why I think they do it. I think it's done on purpose so that it kind of almost leaves you where you were before the whole debate started. But it turns out that even on this screwed up method that they got, some things came out. Did anybody notice that they didn't answer specific questions? Pence didn't answer what would he do. I think he did towards the end because he was able to come back. But they tried to get him screwed up where he couldn't answer about abortion. Kamala Harris, she really didn't stand on much. She did say she's for total freedom, and Pence is a good Christian. And he does not believe he's pro-life. Then there was, are you going to pack the courts? Well, Kamala's point was that, you can't, you shouldn't have a person nominated to the Supreme Court in the middle of an election. Well, the law says, and the Constitution says, the president has the right and has the responsibility to nominate somebody. So that set aside, she said that certain presidents last night never did it, and he decided that he couldn't do it. Well, that statement was blown out the water when it was double checked because it wasn't true. And then they asked, if you didn't win or if you won, are you going to, in other words, if they nominated somebody and the person gets approved and they wind up being in the Supreme Court, will you win? Their threat is so that they're going to come back and pack the courts. It's been 150 years of being a 9 vote so that we always get a decision from the Supreme Court. Well, if you want to be a sore loser, well, it's my ball. You can't play with it if I don't play. And they're threatening the Democrats to pack the Supreme Court. Then there was issues about fracking. If you guys have a chance, get it taped, go back, find it, and take your time listening to what they were saying back and forth. There was a lot of truth that came out that they probably didn't want to come out, and some people didn't want to answer. Fracking. We all know that Joe Biden said fracking, right? He was not going to do fracking. He's going to stop fracking, and you knew it. Well, that kind of changed halfway down the road, and so did Kamala say it was fracking. She didn't approve of fracking. Now, last night, all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but the Democratic Party decided that fracking's not going to go away because taking it away would cost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of jobs. Yeah, so you had some issues there, and she had some good points too, you know. But we better look at these candidates, man. Seriously, look at these both candidates, because if you twist and turned and lied on both sides, we better make sure that we check into them. We look into what they're saying, and we pick the right person. Because let me tell you, there's a movement by the socialists in this country. I don't know about you, but look at some of the Latino countries around the world, like Cuba, Venezuela, etc. Some serious problems with socialism. And there's a lot of things going on that's ugly, man. And socialism is not for America. Socialism is not for America. We need to be very careful. I urge everybody, don't listen to what the party is telling you. Do your own research. Don't listen to the parties. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not telling you listen to one and not the other. Don't listen to neither. And you take responsibility for your vote. And when they tell you we're voting for this one and we're going this way, shut the door in their face. Hang up the phone. You're not stupid. It's time for us to be informed and intelligent voters and stop letting them treat us like we're total idiots. We need to vote for ourselves, our decision. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. I'm going to hit the finish up in this segment, and then we're going to move on to big topics.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Welcome back, everybody, and you're once again on Usula Media, and you're on An Hour with Dave. So I was saying about we have to make sure. We don't know if there's going to be another presidential debate. Now they want to do a virtual debate, and I think that that's just, it's getting out of hand. No virtual debate. No virtual debate. Well, you need to have a debate. Get them 20 feet apart, whatever way you want to do them. Put them all both in glass cubes or whatever you want to do. But no more games with the American people, okay? Put these two guys up. Let's hear what they got to say. Stop this nonsense with 2 minutes. Give them, the hottest 3 topics there is. Let's let them fight it out. Give them 5 minutes each to answer. 3 minutes for a rebuttal. And let's get the real things going, okay? They're manipulating us again and limit it to what we have to learn about the party and about the individual. We have to stop this nonsense. We're going to have a problem in this country, a very serious problem in this country, if we continue to let ourselves be manipulated. There's no reason for it. You know what it is? It's your vote, my vote. It's not the Democrats' party. It's not the Republicans' party. It's my vote. It's your vote. And you make your decision, not what they want. It has to stop. It just can't keep going. Okay. So let's move on now that we said about your votes. Anybody catch the news today? Well, and apparently they found a lot of ballots that were casted in the trash. In the trash. Gee, I wonder how that happened. It came out of these secure places where the ballots are at, and it flew out of a window and came out, and they all flew down and landed in this trash bin all by themselves. This is where the problem's at. They closed your damn polling places. They closed them. Then they opened up these register and vote places. Now, listen to what they did, okay? Listen to what this government have done. And Wolf, I hope you're listening, because I'm going to open up a little bit of people's eyes, okay? And this dizzy mayor of ours, Kenny, listen to what they did. They closed your polling places down, right? They closed your church and your schools down. They tell you you can't vote, okay, because of the pandemic. Now, check it out. So they opened up 14 new sites for you to be able to go register and, oh, wait a minute, you can vote the same day. Now, there's no poll watchers. There's nobody paying attention to what's going on. They took your voting place away because of the pandemic, but they opened up 14 new places. Again, for some reason, they think you're stupid. They don't let you vote. What's the reason for it? They closed the schools, they closed the churches where they have voting places, and your liquor store's open, and you're standing online for 15, 20 minutes to get a bottle. But you're too stupid to be realizing that you go to the supermarket. Do you by any chance go to the supermarket and it's 15 minutes? And I've been hacking on this for a while now. I've been really chewing on this because that's how stupid they think we are. Okay? On both parties. That's how stupid they think we are. All right? You go to the supermarket. You're in the line, you're in the supermarket shopping, you're cruising around, you're not over 6 feet apart, and you're not over his work as much as they try, and you spend a half hour, 45 minutes in the supermarket, easy. Everybody's using shopping carts, the whole bit's going on, they trying. But you can't go vote. Tell me something. Have you ever been to voting places that all of you are in the booth at the same time? Or is it one person at a time? Have you ever been in there where the line is so big? It could be outside, but inside you're going one at a time, right? Get to the table, get to wherever. They could have opened up the polling places. They just think that you and I are so stupid we ain't catching on to what they're doing. They open up more places. We can go to the supermarket. We can go to the pharmacy. We can go get gas. We can go to Wawa. We can do all these things. But you can't go vote. You can't go worship in front of your church because of the pandemic. It's not the church. It's not the school. There's an evilness out there, a sliminess out there. And if we don't stop it, we better watch it, because we may wind up back in the days where people were meeting in basements and dark houses just to worship. You better watch it, because we may need signals so people know we're Christians. Yep. Because they're taking our rights away. We gotta be careful, because they're gonna lock us up for carrying a Bible, wearing a cross. That's what's happening out here. Governor Cuomo in New York City threatened to chain and lock up churches, especially Jewish churches, if they dared to worship "In God We Trust." What happened, fellas? And our governor here, Wolf, as much of a slimy one as he is over there, you know, he got busted, right? He put a lot of laws out that they took away from him. That's how slimy he is. And the mayor here, guy's a super clown too. They actually, he ain't worried about it. I bet you that clown decides to run for governor. What do you think the odds are? He's going to run for governor. He's going to run for governor because he's going to think that you're too stupid to realize they cheated. Yep. And okay, well, let's go back a little further now. They talked about Trump's $750 for income tax. Well, you know what? Trump, I think you need to straighten that out, and you need to come forth, and you need to tell the people, here's what's up, because he's a businessman. He's a businessman. If he had that many tax breaks, he was not president. He's only been president for 3 years. So if he paid $750 in taxes, the tax breaks came from the 8 years of the Obama administration. You hear what I'm saying? They're saying he did not pay but $750 in taxes. What they're not telling you is that prior to him was 8 years of Obama administration. So who tax laws did he use to be able to wind up with $750 paid in taxes, if that's the fact? Democrats, wake the hell up. He paid them taxes because Obama administration gave him the loopholes for it. If, in fact, that's what happened. They're questioning his taxes that he paid. But the idiots are not realizing that if that's the fact or whatever he paid under the Obama Biden administration. So if Biden is running around complaining that he only paid that many taxes, hey, man, come on, man, come on. Come on, man. It was your rules. It's your rules that he used. Remember? Oh, Biden probably doesn't remember, but Obama will remember. I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm pretty sure Biden forgot that it was his 8 years that he was in there with Obama. You lost. It was your rules. And you wound up with $750. Well, you know what? It's your issues. And then maybe it was this year, maybe it was the 1 year before that. I don't know. But it seems there had always been an issue with the president and his taxes way before. Um, so remember that, everybody. If he got away with that, he got away with it because of the rules of the Obama Biden administration. They don't tell you that. They do not tell you that. Because, well, again, they think that you are stupid. Okay? That's how it happens. That's what's happening. They're lying to you. They manipulate things. There's serious issues going on in this country. Crime, pandemic. Yeah, they're running around saying that we have a problem with the pandemic. Well, we all know there's a pandemic going on, right? But they're all saying that he knew. And did you remember when they were running around the cities talking about the president was racist towards the Chinese? Oh my God, how damn closed the country down. Now they're saying he waited too long. Well, Nancy Pelosi and them were out there doing the jungle dance, right? Ain't nothing wrong. Turns out that it is. It was. There's a lot of things in politics that's going on, and we need to stop letting both sides play politics with us when it comes to serious issues. A lot of people died, man. A lot of people died unnecessary. When they tell you, oh, it's all his fault, it's one man's fault, what happened to the governors that signed and forced nursing homes to take in people with the coronavirus, knowing that the most people who were in danger of the virus were the seniors and people with, secondary conditions like heart disease, kidney disease, diabetes. They knew. So you better take responsibility when you blame one person. Look at yourself. Look at yourself when you're blaming one person, because what's happening is your fault. The governor here and Governor Cuomo and certain other governors. Yo, Wolf, you want to come on my radio? I constantly tell you to come on. Constantly. Kenny, I constantly tell you to come on. You're both clowns, man. They forced people to go into nursing homes. And they knew. They knew that they were endangering everybody else. So when they tell you it was Trump, you can say, no, it wasn't. Stop lying, man. We ain't that dumb. We ain't stupid. I think I'm going to make T-shirts up that says, we ain't stupid. We're going to vote November 3rd. You know what? Take them ballots. If you really don't need it, rip them up so they can't throw them in the trash and they can't rip off your vote. And you don't know who's checking, just in case maybe they may be opening up the envelopes and looking at it and say, they didn't vote for, I don't know, a state rep. That side's blank. Let's see, who do we want? Yeah, you better be careful. You better be very, very careful. How about if we turn around and say, no, we ain't using no mail-in ballots unless you really have to. Get up and go to the polls. Make them suckers open it up. Stop letting them put you in a position where they're going to steal your vote. Be an informed and intelligent voter that you are. This is your country. This is your right. You have the right to vote, and you have the right to worship, and they're taking both of them rights off of you by what they're doing. They know that you can go to a polling place to vote. And they're using the pandemic and they opened up other places. They manipulated you. They manipulated you. They played you. And we fell for it. And we let them do it. Well, there's still time for us to say, no, the hell with you. I want to go to a polling place. Make the governors do it. Make the mayors do it. When we come back, we're going to end it with what's happening with the blues.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Because of you, I felt not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
All right, everybody. This is the last piece of our day today, the last segment, and we're going to talk about crime. This is a beautiful day we have out here. You guys realize that? You guys are my guys are all stuck in that little booth over there, my guy. And I don't know how long you been in there? Since yesterday. Coolest cat you ever want to meet. Let me tell you, he doesn't fail on these controls. He's got more buttons and gadgets in front of him. I'm lucky I could turn my cell phone on, but not him. He's got it. I don't know. He leaves me, I'm gonna be crying. But he's that good. Trust me, he's that good. And I'm not gonna tell you what address we're at because I don't want you to come in and steal him away by giving him more money. But let's go. You know, it's a great day out there, beautiful day, sun shining, sky is blue. There is a God. Look around you, look up. Don't look around you because the 2nd Congressional District looks like death came over it and left us behind. 2nd Congressional District is only favoring certain people. And it isn't the poor. But last night's crime was very disturbing to me. I don't have all the details, but I can tell you something. Somebody was trying to hijack some vehicles. The first one he attempted to hijack, this individual wound up shooting somebody, but the person was able to get away from them with their car. The second person that this individual tried to hijack, and I can't give names because it hasn't all come out yet. Second individual, she wasn't so lucky. She was 19 years old. And he tried to hijack it, and it didn't work out, and things got out of hand, and he shot her. And the police got there. They tried to get her to the hospital as fast as they can, but sorry to say, the young lady didn't make it. 19 years old. Then they started chasing this guy, and he even tried to steal a police car, from what I hear. But they got into a gunfight, and he didn't make it. He died. But that's how bad crime's gotten down here. As of today, October 7th, we're at 368 murders. 368 murders in the city of brotherly love, city where the Liberty Bell sits, the city where the first draft of the Constitution was done. 368 murders. Murders. Black on black crime, Hispanic on Hispanic crime, robberies gone bad, murders, drive-by shooting. It's horrible to think that we are this time last year, or the full year of last year, 2019, was 356. We're up about 18, 20. No, it's more than that, like 24 more murders, and the year ain't over yet in this city than what we had last year. 2018 was 356. Before 17 was 315. 2016 was 277, and on and on and on. But this year, we are on from 2008 to now. We have broken the record of every year from 2008 to this year. We broke every record from 2008. I don't know about you, but it turns my stomach and it's sickening what's happening. The murder rate has gone up to where we surpassed every single year from 2008 till now. I'm telling you, if you look at these numbers, it's sick. In 2019, again, 264 murders. 2018, 257. 2017, 237. 2016, 215. And it keeps going down. We had 2012 and 2011 up pretty high. But from 2010 to here to present, man, we done passed it. We're at 368 murders. Now, here's my issue with all this. You have a DA that refuses to prosecute. Guy's got to go. He's got to go. You got a governor that's not concerned with the crime. Sure, they say they are, but he ain't concerned with the crime. Look at the crime, though, it is. And you got a mayor that ain't concerned with it, because I'm going to tell you what. Chances are, Kenny's going to try to run for governor. And if with everything that's happened in this city, you vote that man in for governor, you deserve whatever you're getting. Because let me tell you, 368 murdered people. It ain't them three, because them three have police protection around them all the time. All the time. They can't even go to the men's room without somebody watching them. Okay? But our streets are getting full of blood, while they have protection. And here's the funny part. All three of these cats want to defund the police. Defund them. But I bet you they're not going to defund their bodyguards. You're going to have less protection. Murders are going to go up higher. Crime's going to go through the roof. Robberies, etc. But their security ain't going nowhere. They're going to still be protected. And the inner cities, like we all deal with, are going to go to hell. You got a congressman who wants to march with people who burning your streets, who burning your businesses down. Yep. I'm not even going to mention his name because that clown don't deserve to have my name. As a matter of fact, he's my opponent. I'm running against him. I'm running for Congress, the 2nd Congressional District, because I'm tired of this. Walk through Kensington. Tell me that he's doing a good job. Any one of these cats are doing a good job. Walk through Kensington. And then tell me that all these people are doing good work. The governor and the mayor wants to put houses up so they can go in and shoot up. And on your tax dollar, make sure that there's a nurse there and medicine, and if they overdose, don't give them treatment so they can help themselves and get their lives together. No. They want to have safe shooting houses. How about helping them get off of it, period? I don't want my kids walking and seeing guys laid out in the street, nodding out. No. I don't want my kids growing up to think it's normal because you know what? None of the damn kids of theirs are walking Kensington streets. None of their kids. None of their grandchildren and none of their children's. It's yours and mine that are walking Kensington. Yours and mine, not theirs. Kenny, you want to have a safe house? Put it in next to your house. Put it next to yours, Governor. Not mine. Pick up the buses and bus them all to yours and put tents out there till they want to get help like you want them to do. Because the crime is going up in our neighborhood. People are dying in our neighborhood. Not yours. Kensington does not belong to Kenny and does not belong to Wolf and does not belong to the congressman. They're abandoning us. And we need to make changes with these clowns. They want to take away our police. They want to defund them. They want to reallocate funds. I want to make sure the police have the right stuff that they need. I want to make sure the funding's there and then find funding for community organizations to team up with the police so we can get control of our streets, we can get the people the help they need, and our kids can go out and play ball and hula hoops and jumping jacks and stickball and hear them laugh instead of hearing the people cry because people are dying in the streets. We want to hear people cry in the streets, or do you want to hear the pitter-patter of kids playing and their laughter is the sweetest thing you can hear? Trust me, none of Kenny's grandchildren or kids or daughters or the congressman's people and children, I don't want to see any of them get hurt. Let me tell you right now, God protect the congressman and Kenny and Wolf. Protect their children, because it's not their fault that these guys are idiots. Not their fault. So God bless them, God protect them. I don't want to see anything happen to their kids. But I definitely am tired of seeing our kids die. I'm tired of seeing our kids suffer. I'm tired of having the worst schools around. I'm tired of businesses coming into our community, building these houses, building these high rise, and the poor are getting pushed out. I'm tired of city council telling us they're going to defund the police. How many times, everybody at the sound of my voice, have you ever had to dial 911 for somebody else that was hurt, or for somebody in your family, or for some crisis that was happening? You dialed 911, somebody picked up the other end of the phone, and you had somebody come to help you. This is what they want to take away. They want the anarchy. They want the pain. They want the suffering. I tell you now, David, Torres is backing the blues. You have to stand up. Them people leave their house. They also have families. They have wives. They have kids. Stop being hypocrites. Open the doors. That's why our churches are getting closed, because you're being a hypocrite. You're worried about that golden dollar, and you're worried about what's happening, and you're forgetting your Congress, your congregation. You're forgetting your responsibility to the people. You're supposed to be there to help and guide and take care of God's children. And when you hide behind a political party or a door, you're a big hypocrite. That's what you are. Need to stop that. We need our blocks back. We need our community back. And we need to back the men and women in blue. That's what we need to do. If we back the men and women in blue and we support them and tell Kenny to go blow smoke somewhere else, and tell the governor not to do it, and tell city council, if you defund them, we're defunding your votes. And tell Kenny, if you're going to take any money away, it starts at the top. And tell Wolf, if you're going to take money away, it starts at the top. Give up your protection. That's the first cut. The first cut is your bodyguards, your drivers, and your chauffeurs. Let's see if they want to defund them. Go ahead. Dare it. I dare you to tell them, like I'm telling you now, we can start the cuts, but it's got to start at your side. And let's see how much their cuts are going to be. It ain't going to happen. It's only going to affect you. That's how they're going to do it. You don't, if you really think Wolf and Kenny are going to give up anything, you're a fool. But if you want to defund anything, Kenny, and you want to defund anything, Brendan Boyle, and you want to defund anything, Wolf, let's start with you. Let's see how much you're going to give up. Let's see. I bet you it ain't going to happen, guys. Anyway, I want to tell you that I'm praying for everyone out there. That I'm praying for the families that have lost their lives. I'm praying for people that have been affected by the coronavirus. And I'm also praying for the president and leaders around. But man, we got to wake up out here, guys. We have to. We have to. We can't let communism and socialism take over. I love you. I pray for you. And I pray for the president and our leaders. God bless you. See you next Thursday.